Hey guys, Joker here. Today I want to talk about an anime called The Rising of the Shield Hero. It has a complete first season and the second season is ongoing. Respectively, it comes out on Fridays for the English sub and Wednesday on the English sub. You can find it on Crunchyroll or Funimation. So, The Rising of the Shield Hero tells the story of a college student named Naofumi Iwatani, who one day, while browsing through the library for a manga or light novel to read, he stumbles upon a book telling the tale of the four cardinal uh, weapons and the legendary heroes. He reads info on the sword, bow, and spear. But when he gets to the shield, there is no info. Upon flipping the pages, he is suddenly engulfed in a bright light that transports him to another world. Upon realizing that he's been isekai, he sees that he is not the only one and there are three other young men with him. They get greeted by people in medieval style clothing, and they are then told that they have been summoned to this world as the four legendary heroes in order to save the world from the calamities known as the waves. The three young men are revealed to be Ren, the sword hero, Itsuki, the bow hero, and Moriyasu, the spear hero. They have a slightly different attitude than Naofumi, as they think that it is a game, and they quickly start demanding things of the people that summon them into the world. A little bit understanding, but at times can come off as cocky, and Naofumi even comments on their brash nature. So, after they're informed on why they have been summoned, Naofumi starts noticing that there is something off when it comes to his treatment of the shield. They're then told that they're going to need some training and how they need to form parties. However, nobody wants to team up with the shield except for one lone woman named Mine, who teams up with him and basically kinda shows him the ropes. Unfortunately, this was all a ploy in order to get his guard down, and when nightfall falls, she betrays him by stealing his money and armory, and then he is summoned to the king as he is accused of having raped Mine. Unable to comprehend why he is being betrayed as he tries to prove his innocence, he then realizes that it was all planned by Mine in order to frame him, and no matter how much he tries to explain, nobody will believe him. Emboldened by the rage and fury of his betrayal, Naofumi decides to embrace his dark side and become vengeful upon all the people of the world. His only sole goal then becomes to defeat the waves in order for him to go home. He becomes so isolated and vindictive to the point that he cannot trust anybody, even putting doubt on anybody that may show him a bit of kindness or may try to help him. The only ones that he shows that he can trust are a demi-human slave named Raptalia, who is a raccoon tanuki, and later on a Filolio queen that he names Philo. Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest naming skills. Um, and although he shows his true qualities of how kind he is by the way that he treats these two girls, to the point that he sees them as his daughters, unfortunately, Reptalia has romantic feelings towards Naofumi, and there has been times where Philo has shown jealousy towards Reptalia for Naofumi's attention. It is very clear that Philo shows this jealousy more of a child becoming jealous that their elder sibling is getting more attention, as she is shown to be more childish in her mentality, and it is understandable because she is a child. And although Reptalia is also a child, it is explained that demi-humans age a little bit differently, but at the same time she was influenced because of Naofumi due to an event that made her body grow to that of a teenager or young woman, although technically she is 10. um, and we don't know how old Philo is in terms of age for Philolios. However, she is physically a child, but more kind of like technically baby, if you want to think about it that way. Despite her like physical strength, we don't really know how old or how Philolios really age. Later on, we do meet another Philolio queen named Vittoria, and although she looks pretty young, it is implied and based on the info that we've gotten of her, it is believed that she was a companion of the first Shield hero. Later on, Naofumi gains two more companions, the first being Melty, the second princess of the kingdom of Milromark, which is the place that summoned them. That causes a bit of complications because all the kingdoms had a treaty where they were only supposed to summon one hero per country, but Milromark fucked up. And Naofumi becomes conflicted at first, especially towards Melty when he realizes that she is not only the second princess, but the younger sister of mine, which actual name ends up being Malty, and he just has a hard time trusting Melty, but eventually she warms her way into his heart and he is able to depend on her. Later on, he ends up gaining this girl named Rishia, who originally was a member of the Bohiro, Itsuki's party, but because of reasons she was kicked out, and then Naofumi takes her in. And although she very clearly has romantic feelings towards Itsuki, she acknowledges that she is in the party of Naofumi and eventually does end up growing a deep friendship and bond with all of the people in the party. I highly recommend everybody to watch this series, although it only has one season completed and the other one is still ongoing. Once the second season finishes, we'll only have to wait maybe couple of months or maybe even another year. However, the third season was confirmed back when we were confirmed for the second season. I don't know why, as this is not typically done, but I guess the series is very popular, and has allowed whoever's the studio or studios who are adapting uh, the light novels into the anime to be able to announce a 2 seasons back to back, because usually we just get one season announced, and then once the season is done, and we either, like, if it's very popular enough, we either have to wait a couple of months or a couple of years before something else gets announced. um, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.